you all here at Anthony Collins Visitors. I'm Shivaji Shiva. I lead the charity sector team here. So it's a real pleasure to have Quakers in Business here for this event. And a real joy to see we've got such a varied group of people from charities, from a variety of businesses, and from a variety of locations as well. I think I had one person from Belgium. So I'm quite impressed by the reach of this event. We've got Owen here from Quakers in Business. Start by just introducing Owen.
Thanks, Shivaji. Thank you all for coming today. For some it's been a long trip. There was one person who wanted to come from America but was prevented. Somebody else was prevented from Surrey because they're 90. So we have finally, in the last minute, succeeded in getting a recording facility here. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to share this, I hope, quite important event more widely. We're here today as a consequence of Peter's giving us a taste of this material last December at our London annual Quaker Business Conference last December 5th. Those of us who were able to participate then were really, really excited by the novelty and the quality and clarity of what Peter was sharing with us, bringing to the Quaker Business Method a rigor of science that perhaps it hasn't ever before received. And it was really amazing to see how well it has stood up to that scrutiny. So Peter has accepted the invitation to present to us the full body of what he expects to publish later this year in Quaker
Journal.
Quaker Journal.
Quaker Studies,
so, those of you who've been friends for long enough might remember that there were cartoons in The Young Friend about 40 years ago. Well, here is the cartoonist. But since then, Peter's been moving into computer science, and he's professor at Sussex. So I'll hand you over to Peter in a moment. Just to say before that, there isn't going to be any group work this afternoon. We are going to have slides and discussion, then a break, and then a final set of slides and discussion. So it'll be just a comfort break after the second conversation. Roland.
Ask about filming.
Ask about filming.
Yes.
Okay.
Does anybody here object to being filmed? If you do, that's fine, but please sit over here. Because this may appear on the website, on the internet, and you could be, some of you are lawyers, you know what that is.
Thanks, Roland.
Is there any objection to recording Peter's talk?
No, there isn't, because we hoped it will be on the internet anyway.
Share with other friends.
Yes. So that's,
So we'll all be getting a copy from Roland, the recording to share. Yeah? So we've got your email addresses. I'm sure we've got them then. Then you can share the best quality version that we can find. The variety of devices we have. Okay, I'll stop taking the time. Hand over to Peter.
well, thank you, Owen, Roland, Shivaji, Rico, who have been involved in doing the arrangements, and also to Anthony Collins for hosting this. I've been closely involved with Quakers for perhaps 5 years, but I've known about Quakers, and as Owen says, I did a cartoon strip in The Young Friend in the 1980s. Ever since I started going to Quaker meetings for business, it struck me that my work and my interest in Quaker business method actually intersected quite nicely. And so a lot of the ideas that I've got, which I draw on to do my professional work in cognitive science, can actually be used to try and explain how the Quaker business method appears to work. So certainly all of us who've experienced the Quaker business method think there's something about it that does seem to work. Let me just get calibrated. How many of you, please everybody put up one hand. Okay. How many of you have experienced more than 10 Quaker meetings for business? Lower your hand. Okay. If you've experienced only more than 10. Okay. If you've experienced only, say, 1 or 2, lower your hand. If you've never been to a Quaker meeting for business, leave your hand up. Okay, thank you. All right. What I'm going to do is present the Quaker Business Method as a toolkit. Okay, so break it down into a number of things which people could use in order to organise meetings that are going to make decisions. And so that's why I want to know how many of you know what the Quaker Business Method is like and have been to meetings for business. I'll give some explanations about how at least I interpret that. So that'll be for 20 minutes. Then there'll be 10 minutes where it'll be useful to have a whole group discussion where we can share our views about how the approach seems to work or perhaps not work. Then there'll be another 20 minutes where I'll take the characterization of the Quaker Business Method as a toolkit and then take ideas from cognitive science in order to try and see how difficulties that we as humans have in processing information and making decisions might be mitigated by some of the tools in the toolkit. And then there'll be, again, a session of about 10 minutes for discussion. And then the third section is going to be asking the question whether the approach might actually lead to more ethical decision making. Okay? And I'll do this by presenting a particular idea about the nature of morality. And after the third section, there will be plenty of time again for discussion. So that's the plan for today.